Jonas.
Hello. I wonder if you could please start by just giving us your reaction to this news that Jonas has resigned.
I spoke to him yesterday afternoon, got shocked by the news and was very sad because he's been a good leader for the staff. I've worked with him before in Sweden and we worked really well together, and I'm very sad that it got to this point, so yeah.
And can I ask as well about, I understand he told the players in person this morning, but what's been the reaction from the team?
Yeah, we got made aware this morning in our team meeting.
But like Arsenal, definitely has changed. From where I come from, Netherlands, Sweden, where I've worked before. I haven't worked in England for so long, but obviously I've been following it from the outside. I think definitely. It comes with a lot of positives. Obviously, that it's very big now, it's very alive. There's a lot of fans and supporters, a lot of people involving and engaging, which is very positive. But then it comes with this as well, yeah.
And what about what this means for you? You've been placed in interim charge. Your reaction to that, and how are you feeling about the opportunity?
I feel, when I got the question yesterday, I felt like if this is how we need to go forward, I'm happy to do it because I care about the team, I care about the players. I've been here for a year now, massive club, so I'm happy to help. Yeah.
Is it a role that you would like to do full-time, to be considered for that full-time position?
Right now I just focus on especially these next 2 games that are ahead of us, which are very important games for us, and then the future. I'm not so concerned about that.
And just final question from me, for both of you really, is how do you park everything that's happened and look ahead? You know, you mentioned those 2 games, but obviously you're back in Champions League action tomorrow. How are you all feeling approaching that fixture?
Yeah, I think...
I wondered this week if you've had any time, even 5 minutes, to just take stock and go, wow, that's been a crazy few days.
Not really yet, to be honest. Still just, I think I said it last time as well, it's still just very focused on the task. There's a lot of things we need to get done. We need to be there for the players now in this time, and we need to work hard as a staff. So to be honest, my focus has just been on the task, and the next one is tomorrow's training, and then the day after it will be West Ham.
And I guess the international break might give you a little bit of a pause. Have you been given any indication whether you'll still be in interim charge after that break?
Again, I know that I'm appointed as interim coach, so that's where my focus is now. I want to help the team at this moment, and about the future, I have no idea.
Yeah, no time scale given?
No.
Is that quite hard, not knowing what you're going to be doing tomorrow?
I like to be in the moment anyway, in life in general, so and that's what's needed at the moment, and that's something we talk about with the players as well. Can we be as much as possible in the here and now, because this is what we can impact. For them, obviously, the future is also uncertain, but can we be in the here and now? That's going to help us the most.
I mean, you've got a real insight into the sort of job it is, and you've probably seen the reaction as well from Jonas's departure. You get a sense of how big it is now, don't you, from both of those things, and the level of scrutiny as well. But I guess it's still one of the most attractive jobs around.
Yeah, I think it is. It's a beautiful club, big club, and it's a great squad. We have all the facilities, all the resources, so it's obviously a very good job to have, and I'm happy to be a part of this at this moment in time, and again doing everything I can do to help the team forward.
Do you know yet whether you might want to apply for it?
No, that's not on my mind at all. No.
Yeah. Talk to us about the players you mentioned there, and they've said themselves that they've kind of stood up, taken responsibility. How have how have they reacted? And we saw in the performance and the goals how they've reacted, but you see them day to day. Is it sort of a mentality shift or just, I don't know, pressure off? You give us an insight.
I think in general, big changes always impact people, and I think the big change that happened last week, it impacted the players. And again, I think I've said it before, but they went into a self-reflection moment, and I think that's what what they showed on the pitch last Wednesday. So yeah, in general, big changes will make an impact, and people want to try and be better.
And just finally, then West Ham, one of those games that got away last season, wasn't it? I wonder if you've spoken to the players involved and about the mindset that day, or the things that they could do differently going into Sunday's game.
We've analysed last Wednesday's game today.
Sorry, the last game of West Ham.
Yeah.
The one that Arsenal lost.
Yeah, so I know the tough game we had away last season there, absolutely. We spoke about some details from the Vålerenga game, and that what we need to bring to West Ham on Sunday. So that's definitely in our heads, looking at the conditions we're going to play under, the type of pitch and the type of opposition, and then we need to get the tactical plan together as well. We played against them in the pre-season in a training game as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gail. Tim?
Yeah, hi Renee. I wanted to pick up on that actually. West Ham have a really defined style, and you talked on Wednesday about Vålerenga doing long goal kicks, and not many WSL teams do that, but if one WSL team does it, it's West Ham. You talked about perhaps cleaning up some of the defending behind the defending line as well, and West Ham have threats behind the defending line, so I wondered whether those are two key things you focused on ahead of Sunday.
Those are key points, yeah. Those are two of a couple of points that we want to get right on Sunday, yeah.
And can I ask as well about Caitlin Ford? She won Player of the Month this month, and possibly one of the few players who over the last month has been somewhere near her top form. And I know I feel like when a player plays all the time, sometimes you forget their qualities, but when they come out for a bit, you see their qualities a little bit. Just your impressions of Caitlin and why she's kind of shone in quite a difficult period.
I think she started the season really well for us. So she's one of the players in really good form. I think she early on in the season scored important goals in important games, and I think that's obviously impacted herself, how she looks at herself, also how others look at her. And I think always when players are in good form, we need to build on that momentum. So with Caitlin, obviously, but there's a lot of other players I think that performed really well last Wednesday. Which is very good to see, that we have more and more players in their good individual form.
And can I ask on team news, whether there's any new team news and whether you've got any more sense of whether Lotta will be available in particular?
She was on pitch today, but we'll see. We'll have to see how she reacts, so it's still pending for Sunday. Otherwise, same squad.
And just a final one from me, just for Arsenal fans who possibly don't know that much about you, particularly in a head coach position, like what type of coach would you say